again, everybody. I'm Jim Ross, and welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. We've got a great program for you here today. You're going to see the giant 6'9", 454-pound one-man gang in action against the Birdman, Koko. You're going to see Hacksaw Duggan collide with Kamala in this hour of Power Pro Wrestling. Plus, you'll see Ted DiBiase against Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. You're going to see a new video on Dr. Death Steve Williams and Ted DiBiase. Plus, you're going to see some more exciting action featuring the awesome Rick Steiner and Sting. It's going to be a great hour. Some of the biggest names in professional wrestling from across this great land of ours will be coming your way in this hour of Power Pro Wrestling. And right now, let's go back in time and let's look at some highlights, a wild match involving the one-man gang. What happened after the match was exciting. Let's go now to the tape.
He's just toying with him. He seems upset. Uh-oh. When he hollers for that 747, good night. Ooh, good grief. That's it.
I don't care who's underneath there. When that happens, it's over.
Well, I don't know for that.
Oh, I don't know anybody can
Well, I think Bam Bam could. Of course, I think I could, but I know Bam Bam could.
Well, the one-man gang with a... Let's listen to this.
Later on tonight, I don't know how that could be, because the one-man gang has already destroyed that filthy hippie Jim Duggan. And as for Terry Gordy, if you had any guts, Bim Bam, or whatever your name is, you'll come on down to the squared circle. Now the one-man gang is going to tell you something, so listen, dingbats. General, I beat everybody that walked in the UWF. They get Jim Duggan a title shot because you stupid people cheer for us. Well, let me tell you something, Terry Gordy. I can beat you any day of the week. I can beat Jim Duggan any day of the week. So why don't I get a title shot? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait a minute, here comes Terry. Terry!
Bam Bam is coming to the ring, and Michael Hayes here waving him off. Bam Bam is ready for a fight, but Hacksaw Duggan's going down there too. Gang's calling both out, but Duggan and Gordy are battling at ringside. Michael Hayes has jumped off the podium, and now the gang's fighting them all. And there's Michael Hayes. They may call him a sissy, but he's right in the middle of the fight. He's always there. Boy, I mean, it's breaking loose. They're all battling. There's Buddy Roberts after Duggan. The gang is battling Gordy. Boy, it is breaking loose at ringside. The crowd is coming to their feet. There goes DiBiase and Terry Taylor and Big Jeff Gaylord. It's one heck of a fight, ladies and gentlemen. It is breaking out all over the ring. We'll be right back. We've got to get out of this. We'll be right back. The one-man gang is an awesome athlete. A tremendous fight broke out, ladies and gentlemen, after that situation. And, of course, in that hour of UWF action, Hacksaw Duggan and Terry Gordy wrestled for the UWF heavyweight title. The match went off the air. We'll talk more about that situation next week. And we're going to see the one-man gang take on the Birdman, Koko, when we return from this timeout. Well, there you see him, the one-man gang and General Skandar Akbar awaiting Koko Beware of the Birdman as he tries to fight his way through this tremendous crowd at the Tulsa Convention Center. This Power Pro Wrestling exclusive as the Birdman, Koko is about to step in the ring with perhaps the most awesome athlete in professional wrestling today. A man that stands 6'9", 454 pounds. The one-man gang will be going against Koko, and the atmosphere will certainly change once the Birdman gets inside the squared circle there. General Skandar Akbar's one-man gang involved in perhaps the most physical one-on-one feud in wrestling, as the one-man gang and Hacksaw Jim Duggan have continued their rivalry, as Mike Wilson from radio station KDOO, AM 1170 in Tulsa, makes the ring introductions. General Skandar Akbar will be at ringside. There you see the one-man gang, that very unusual haircut, that mohawk haircut. What a hulking individual he is.
6'9", 454 pounds. And Koko Ware, the Birdman from Union City, Tennessee, will certainly have to have a very complete and a very thought-out game plan. You can bet that man has a game plan, General Skandar Akbar. Koko Ware, quite obviously, will have to keep the tempo at a fast pace. He will have to attempt to stay away from the one-man gang at every opportunity, and whatever he does, do not get cornered in the ring. Koko Ware jumping from side to side as the one-man gang has not taken his eye off Koko Ware, and Koko Ware, the little push there to the one-man gang. We've seen the Birdman go against a lot of people. That big man, however, in my opinion, is the greatest challenge to date for Koko Ware. The one-man gang. A lot of people think that the gang is going to revolutionize this sport simply because he's so large at 6'9", 454 pounds. And Akbar, by the way, says he wants to get him at an even 500 to go for the UWF heavyweight title and to take care of Hacksaw Jim Duggan once and for all. Can you imagine 500 pounds, 6'9"? Well, the revolutionary thought is that the man is so large, he's also so quick for a man his size that he really is a phenomenal athlete, no doubt about it. Carl Fergie outside conversing with General Skandar Akbar, and now the one-man gang, and Koko Ware may be making a mistake right here. He slowed down, and Akbar is vehement as usual, his verbal barrage to this phenomenal crowd here in Tulsa. Must be 89,000 people here at the convention center. And this may be a mistake for Koko Ware when he gets out of the corner. General Skandar Akbar there at ringside, seemingly a little impatient. The one-man gang beats a lot of people, and he beats a lot of people viciously and in a hurry. Koko Ware. The Bird is terrific. Well, we'll just find out how terrific he is as this match progresses. Thus far, Koko has done very little offensively, and he normally is a very offensive wrestler, really taking it to his opponent. But in this situation, he's got to be very, very careful with the one-man gang. Koko Ware now back into the corner. The gang inching closer and closer, but Koko Ware goes to the legs of the big man. Now, Koko Ware is about 5'7", maybe 5'8". The gang, a full 6'9". There you see him. There's tattoos in his skull. And Koko Ware now outside the ring. General Akbar must have said something to light a fire under Koko Ware. And that's Akbar's tactic. He said what he wanted to say. He got his job done and walked away. I think what it's done is broken Koko Ware's concentration with a one-man gang. That's a mistake on Koko's part. One-man gang stalking his opponent. I don't know what kind of stipulation it's going to take to settle the situation between the gang and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't know if it's no disqualification or take fist, brass knucks, Texas death match, cages, whatever. As Koko Ware now getting on that second rope so he can get a little bit more leverage in his right hands, and he was really laying it to the gang, and he's not even taking him off his feet. Koko Ware, the gang going for that big shoulder in the turnbuckle, and Koko Ware probably saved his own self by getting out of the corner. Even the Bird's drop kicks aren't phasing the one-man gang, and finally he went off his feet, and quickly. The referee didn't even get I don't think, a one count. Koko Ware has given everything he's got. Now, General Skandar Akbar tripping Koko Ware, and the gang going for that big leg drop, and Koko Ware now on the outside. I'll tell you, it's going to get real exciting here because Koko Ware at best see what I see behind him, and that's the one-man gang. Koko Ware has been very ineffective against the gang in this contest. And now they both got him outside and running Koko Ware's head right into the turnbuckle. There you see the referee, Fergie, calling for the bell. Koko Ware has been manhandled from start to finish virtually by the one-man gang. And now Akbar and the gang both double-teaming the young man from Union City, Tennessee. Akbar pulling referee Carl Fergie out of the way. And it's Akbar with the leather whip, that riding crop, really laying it into Koko Ware moments ago as the gang continues to punish the Birdman. A one-man gang is Skandar Akbar and running the Bird's shoulder right into that post. The one-man gang has devastated Koko Ware, and he has set his sights on Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the UWF Heavyweight Championship without a doubt. The one-man gang is one of the most awesome athletes ever. It's going to be interesting to see what happens between him and Hacksaw Duggan, and even him and Terry Gordy. The one-man gang, truly an awesome athlete. Even though the one-man gang was disqualified in that matchup against Koko Ware, I think it was quite obvious that the one-man gang clearly dominated the Birdman from Union City, Tennessee. The one-man gang at 6'9", 454 pounds, is one of the most awesome forces in professional wrestling. And a lot of wrestling insiders say that he will be the dominant force of the 80s. The one-man gang is an awesome athlete. And we'll take a look at a couple of more awesome athletes, Rick Steiner and Sting, when we come back from this timeout. Thank you very much for being with us here this morning on Power Pro Wrestling. Big card coming your way on Thanksgiving night in the Superdome. I'll be telling you all about it right here on WGNO. And in the meantime, we're very pleased to be working with the L.W. Higgins High School Booster Club, the Athletic Booster Club, in Marrero on Saturday night, September the 6th, 8 o'clock, a super card. Terry Taylor will defend the UWF TV title on that evening. We'll also hear from Ted DiBiase in this segment. But right now, let's hear this from the television champion.
Hey, Jack, remember me, Terry Taylor, about 4 months ago on television when you had that Amazon at ringside? Well, maybe she's not here anymore. You've lined yourself up with some other people. Well, it doesn't matter to me. It's taken me 4 long months to get you back in the ring, and I can't wait. You go out there and you embarrass me on television, and it makes me sick to my stomach to have you out there laughing in front of everybody telling what you did to me. It never comes up that you had a little bit of help. So, Jack, when it comes down to it, this is what you want, isn't it? You're coming after the television championship, something I've worked long and hard for. Well, Victor, you want to wrestle, that's fine. That's okay, we'll do that. But if you want to fight, that's what I'm looking forward to. Because I got something to prove to the people, and I really have something I got to prove to you. You think that you're a tough man, you think you got it all going your way because of the success you've had in the UWF, the toughest wrestling in the world today. Well, you think it's been tough in the past, brother. You get in the ring with me, I'm going to make your life miserable.
Terry Taylor will defend the television title against Jack Victory in Marrero at the L.W. Higgins High School. And Dr. Death Steve Williams returns to go against Freebird Buddy Roberts. I asked Ted DiBiase to make a few comments about this matchup, and here's what he had to say.
I'm here on behalf of my partner, Steve Dr. Death Williams. Not because he's afraid to face anybody or talk to anybody. He don't want to see anybody. He don't want to see anybody, and he doesn't want to talk to anybody until he climbs in that ring. You tried to end his career. Buddy Roberts, you just happen to be the first man on the hit list. You're first up in the batter's box. And let me tell you something, brother. All 3 of you are responsible. If we got to knock you down one at a time, and if that's what it takes, that's fine. You made a fatal mistake. You tried to end a man's career, just like you tried to end my career. But you didn't get the job done. You wounded an animal, and a wounded animal is a very dangerous thing. Well, the wounds are healing, and Doc's on his way back. You better look out.
That big matchup will happen in Marrero at the L.W. Higgins High School Gymnasium Saturday night, September the 6th, plus Hacksaw Duggan and the one-man gang. It's a great fundraiser for the Athletic Booster Club, and we'll tell you more about it in the hour. On our first match, Rick Steiner.
Beautiful body slam.
The strong man from Detroit, Michigan, the former All-American of the University of Michigan. There you see him. Has a tremendous future in this profession against another fine young athlete, Perry Jackson, Texarkana, Arkansas.
Right and equally good slam. Both men testing each other out. Jackson went for the slam. Rick Steiner hooked down on him. He sat down. If you can't get him up there, he ain't going nowhere. I think the best thing in Rick Steiner's career right now is he's being guided by a ring veteran like Buzz Sawyer.
Well, he's being led around by Buzz Sawyer, no doubt about it. Guidance, I guess it would be a form of guidance. You're probably exactly right.
Hey, he's making a name for himself, and he's making money. That's what wrestling's about. Good slam there. Picked him up. That's it. That's what I like. That killer instinct.
Little extra punishment there on young Perry Jackson.
That's right. A little extra. Little introduce you to the turnbuckle there, Mr. Jackson, and introduce you to my boot in your gut. Now going for a suplex here. Got him up. Boom. Switched it over to a vertical body press. And still picked him up. Now see, that's where Sawyer is very influential. He's giving him that killer instinct, where instead of going for the pin, he's embarrassing this guy, and he's sending out a message to every other wrestler that he's out after him. It doesn't bother me, of course. Whoa! Beautiful body press.
Near fall, Perry
Near
Jackson.
fall. And it could have been a mistake picking him up.
Jackson turning the tables there. Rick
Now they're going toe to fist.
They sure
Jackson's
are.
coming back. That might have made a mistake by not going for the fall when he had it. Jackson shoots him up, high back drop. See what I tell you, momentum changes so quickly. That's why you have to be the best like me and my brothers. Power slam, good move. There's the cover. He didn't hook that leg well enough. You see that, Jim Ross?
Yeah, he didn't hook the leg.
I'm going to have to write my book about wrestling. I mean, shoots him in the ropes again. Whoop.
He buried that in the solar plexus. That'll stop anything.
I think he was going for another backdrop there, and Rick Steiner, see, that's why he's learned from Sawyer. Learned from the first backdrop and went for the kick. Now he's climbing the ropes. Jackson is, whoa, what a belly to belly. That's got to be it. That'll take the wind out of anybody.
Count of 1, 2, 3. A very impressive victory for that man. Well, at that point in time, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer was Rick Steiner's mentor. But I think it's easy to see that Steiner has accelerated increasingly since Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert became his coach and his guiding light, let's say. Well, recently on the UWF, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's duo of Sting and Steiner took the ring by storm. Let's join the closing moments of that battle. Well, I tell you, you saw the expression on Hollywood John. It looked like he and Eddie were vying for Missy's attention, one-upsmanship. I don't know how long that arrangement's going to last at all.
Well, I don't need, well, first of all, they're arguing whether, whoa, good press. They're arguing whether it's Hyatt and Hot Stuff or Hot Stuff and Hyatt.
Boy, this team right here, Sting and Steiner, are awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, they're a phenomenal combination, and it's Sting and Gilbert that are the tag team champions. And we'll be back from Devastation Incorporated. He's 6 feet 9.
Whoa, look at that!
Hey!
She just kissed Eddie Gilbert.
What it looks like that Missy Hyatt has really surrounded herself with men. I guess she's extremely happy about that situation. But be that as it may, I think the bottom line here with Missy surrounding herself with all these great athletes, it's quite obvious that Dark Journey is in a great deal of jeopardy, seeing as though she has the awesome missing link alone in her stable. Quite a situation involving Missy Hyatt and Dark Journey. I know Dark Journey would give anything just to get, let's say, 5 minutes alone with Missy Hyatt on any circumstance. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of circumstances beyond anyone's control, that's what's going to happen when the one-man gang's former partner, Kamala, collides with Hacksaw Duggan. We'll have that match next here on Power Pro Wrestling.
Phone Ford. Phone Ford.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, here at Sam Houston Coliseum, Houston, Texas. Battle of the tough guys. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and a 6'6", 400-plus-pound Kamala. And Duggan, with a big right hand, unloads, and the big giant from Uganda is staggered. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, America's favorite wrestler, in here against General Skandor Akbar, Devastation Incorporated, the giant Ugandan warrior Kamala. And Duggan takes the attack to Kamala in the corner. Kamala, like a wounded animal, wanting a reprieve. Duggan, a series of lefts and rights. Kamala with a short jab to those injured ribs. And now the big animal from Uganda moves in. Another big chop into those sore ribs, and suddenly the Hacksaw is in serious trouble. Obviously, General Skandor Akbar has schooled Kamala on exactly what to do in this case against Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Those ribs injured in an earlier match against the 6'10", 454-pound one-man gang. But I'll tell you what, this Duggan has every bit of courage that's made America great. He continues to fight back, injured ribs and all. And the big 400-pound-plus Kamala backs him into the corner, standing on him. He's standing on those injured ribs. Oh, Duggan's got to be in serious pain. The wind comes short when you can't breathe, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, I'm sure the big man from Glen Falls, New York, the former SNU Cowboy, is really on the ropes and in trouble. Kamala continues the assault. Punches, kicks to that sore rib area. And now a big 400-pound bear hug. General Skandor Akbar, Devastation Incorporated. The game plan is definitely in action in favor of Kamala and Akbar right now.
Duggan, not a scientific wrestler, but sure knows how to take care. Oh, that picks him up off his feet. 280 pounds plus Duggan weighs, and Kamala lifted him up into that vicious bear hug. Like a python snake in deepest, darkest Africa. Kamala's arms tighten around the injured ribs of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. As I was saying, Duggan not a pretty wrestler, but certainly gets the job done as well as anybody in the sport today. Referee Tommy Gilbert checking the arms of Duggan to see if there's still life. Duggan, double thumbs to the eye. He's going for the slam. Oh, not today. You have to be in your best form to slam 400-plus pound Kamala. And with bad ribs, I don't think Duggan would have been capable of doing it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes, going for the big splash. He did it. This is it. Hacksaw Jim Duggan must have been beat. Kamala's got him turned the wrong way. Akbar's motion is turn him over, turn him over. Finally, the injured Duggan falls over. Unprotected, takes another shot into those injured ribs. I think right there, had Kamala been more of a wrestler and less of an animal, we might have seen a pinfall on Hacksaw Jim Duggan right here at this point. Duggan in serious trouble. Kamala continues the assault. Oh, off the ropes with a slingshot. The big man from Uganda staggered. Right, left, right. But a kick back to those ribs. And Duggan's in trouble once again, ladies and gentlemen. Duggan back in the corner, the wrong place to be when you're wrestling a man as big as Kamala. You want to stay out in the middle where you've got room to move. Duggan takes a whip into the turnbuckle, and oh, he moved! He moved, and the big Ugandan giant, like a charging elephant, hit that turnbuckle. An elbow to the stomach, a left, a right. Duggan's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. He sends the big man across. Scoop slam, he's got him up. He's got him up, 410 pounds in the air, holding him. And a big slam, and the Ugandan giant is down and shaken. A big knee across the chest. Referee Tommy Gilbert in for the pin. 1, 2. Not quite enough. I can't believe Hacksaw Jim Duggan, sore ribs and all, has slammed 410-pound Kamala, one of the first men in professional wrestling ever to perform that stunt. Into the ropes a second time. Duggan, clothesline, and the big man from Uganda is down and down hard. He's shaking. He's trembling. He's not moving much at all. General Skandor Akbar on the apron. Hacksaw Jim Duggan going for him. He's looking back. Kamala trying to Pearl Harbor him. Oh, a chop right between the eyes. Duggan's down. Duggan's down to the knee. Kamala with a slam of his own, setting him up for another big splash. Akbar holding the leg. Oh, Duggan set up. Duggan set up. It looked like a trap, but Duggan set up. Now Akbar into the ring very unceremoniously. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got pandemonium. Kamala's down. Akbar's getting the tar beat out of him. Referee Tommy Gilbert trying to call for order. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pandemonium here in the Sam Houston Coliseum. Akbar holding that leg. Here's Kamala. He misses with a big chop. Duggan with a spear. Kamala's down. Duggan on top. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is over. Hacksaw Jim Duggan has pinned Kamala, the Ugandan giant, right in the middle of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll give you more from Power Pro Wrestling later on. I'm Frank Dosick from Houston, Texas. We'll see you later.
Most wrestlers said that before that match took place that it would be the crossroads in the career of Hacksaw Duggan or Kamala. I think in this situation it was very clear that Hacksaw Duggan was the better man, and he soundly defeated Kamala in this big showdown from Houston, Texas. I personally feel like that if Kamala is to continue to compete in professional wrestling, that he's going to have to do two things. One is he's going to have to get himself into condition, and secondly, he just may have to go to an area with lesser competition, because Kamala soundly defeated by the man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and we're going to see another tremendous battle involving two great athletes inside a steel cage. It's going to be Dick Murdoch against Steve Dr. Death Williams with Killer Carl Cox as the referee when we come back. Good morning to you. I'm Jim Ross. Thanks very much for being with us here this morning on Power Pro Wrestling. I hope you'll join us each and every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock right here on WGNO for Power Pro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're very excited about a couple of things coming up. Of course, you've just heard about the Morgan City event this Thursday night. We'll be in the Superdome next on Thanksgiving night. It's going to be an awesome card. We'll tell you all about it right here on Power Pro Wrestling in upcoming weeks. In the meantime, don't forget that we're going to be working with the L.W. Higgins High School Athletic Booster Club in Marrero on Saturday night, September the 6th. One of the great matches you'll see on that fundraiser, this big benefit, will be Hacksaw Duggan and the one-man gang. Listen to this.
Can you count, Duggan? I'm sure you remember 27 stitches. Well, this time it could be 327. Because we're pulling all stops. Because I don't like you, hippie. I don't like the USA, and I don't like what you stand for. And all you sick people that rally around Jim Duggan, you're sick too. But you know, here stands the two surgeons that are going to all end it. And I tell you right now, 480 pounds of the one-man gang. And you can't digest him, gang. Some must be wrong, you, Jim Duggan. Something's wrong with your foot. You go around stomping, and people cheer you. They must be retarded. Jim Duggan, you're going down at my hands.
The one-man gang. The one-man gang. The man that almost ended my professional wrestling career. And definitely the man that cost me the UWF title. Because I can beat Gordy and I can beat you, gang. But something inside of me makes me want you even more, gang. You got that Skandar Akbar running around there. That proud Arabian. He's real big spender with all that oil bucks. But let me tell you something, Skandar Akbar. This is the United States. This is where I make my home. This is the UWF. And this is where you and your big one-man gang is going to go down. Because this is not some young punk down at the 7-Eleven you're pushing around. This is a hacksaw Jim Duggan, 6'3", 275 pounds. And you're going to go down. So, guys.
It's going to be quite a collision in the L.W. Higgins High School Gymnasium in Marrero. That card coming up on Saturday, September the 6th. Don't forget this Thursday night, the big card in Morgan City at the Municipal Auditorium. And the next Superdome event, Thanksgiving night. We'll tell you more about those events, especially the Marrero benefit in the hour.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. I'm Frank Dusick here in Oklahoma City at the beautiful Myriad Center. We've got a cage match between Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch, who you see inside the cage, and Steve Dr. Death Williams. The match hasn't officially begun yet. Murdoch attacked Williams outside the cage. You see Williams bleeding from a laceration above the eye. We're trying to get the match underway. Your special referee tonight, Killer Carl Cox, one of the legendary greats of wrestling. And right now, the OU star, four-time All-American from the University of Oklahoma, Steve Dr. Death Williams, native of Denver, Colorado, in serious trouble at the hands of Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. Dick Murdoch, this is his sort of match, an unorthodox wrestler, ex-Marine, All-American. And I'll tell you what, he, in this sort of situation, is one of the most dangerous men in the sport today. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. Steve Dr. Death Williams, experience versus youth. Experience versus youth, and right now the experience, that Marine training, that years of ring battles is sure paying out for the Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. The OU star, he's biting on that cut over the eye. Steve Dr. Death Williams, a man who knows no pain, a man who knows no fear, is definitely feeling pain right now. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch goes for the pin, but you're not going to pin Steve Dr. Death Williams without hooking the leg, especially this close to OU. Another big forearm right to the top of the head, a big elbow right to the top of the head, and Steve Dr. Death Williams has been jarred. He's just sitting there. I'm not sure if he knows exactly where he is right now. The fans are chanting, OU, OU, OU. You can see the goosebumps on Steve Dr. Death Williams. Look at the glare in his eyes. He's coming back. There's a right. OU, the fans are chanting. He sees the blood. Murdoch lands a right. Williams returns to the right, and Murdoch is down and down hard. Steve Dr. Death Williams, the pride of OU, four-time All-American. And his eyes tell the story, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch looking to Killer Carl Cox for a reprieve. Cox says, no way, go get him. Murdoch backing off. He doesn't want this young man from OU to be too upset. Oh, a big boot to the midsection, a second boot, a third, a fourth, and Murdoch reels across into the turnbuckle. No, he reverses it. The experience stands true. Backdrop on the big man from OU, and once again, the inexperience of Steve Dr. Death Williams shows up. The wily veteran, Dick Redneck Murdoch. He's punches blocked. There's another big right hand, experience or not. That one landed on its mark. And Dick Murdoch's leaving the arena. He's leaving the cage, ladies and gentlemen, 12 feet in the air, and Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch has decided he's going to get down and get out of this match. He doesn't want anything to do with it. Steve Dr. Death Williams has him. He's bringing him back. He's not going to let him get away. This cage was meant to keep both men in the ring till this match is over, and Steve Dr. Death Williams is going to make double certain that Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch does not leave this arena till he's had his. Ladies and gentlemen, this is awesome. He's got him perched on the top turnbuckle. There it is, a big slam off the top, 8 feet up into the air. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch hit hard on the back. Steve Dr. Death Williams, the senses coming back. He's getting himself together. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Dr. Death Williams is on the comeback. He's measuring his mark. Boom! Big right hand, and down goes the ex-Marine, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. The Texan from West Texas is staggered. Steve Dr. Death, just like a Texas OU battle. Get up, he says. He tells the big red dot, get up and take some more. Dick Murdoch, a man who's known for being very boisterous and stating his opinion, right now has stated his opinion one time too many to the big Okie. Dick Murdoch is down. He's staggered. He thinks this is West Texas, and he's punching cows. Blood still pouring from the eye of Steve Dr. Death Williams, but the young man from OU doesn't even realize he's bleeding right now, ladies and gentlemen. Murdoch still asking for time, checking with referee Carl Cox, asking for time. Of course, he won't get it. This isn't football. This isn't baseball. There are no rain delays. There are no timeouts. A fine shot there of killer Carl Cox, the great veteran of many years and many, many ring wars. Murdoch still trying to catch his wind. Murdoch in recent years has spent a lot more time on the farm than in the gym. And now, of course, the wily veteran trying to get that breather, trying to slow the big man down. He does. Lefts, rights, lefts, rights. Murdoch is as good as anybody in the sport at changing speeds. A drop kick from Dick Murdoch caught the OU graduate right up under the chin. Steve Dr. Death Williams thought he was hit by Herschel Walker as he came through then. He went down and went down hard. That heel of the boot caught Williams right up under the chin. Oh, a big stomp to the chest. Not intended to pin the man, but a percussion blow designed to take the wind away from the big, strong man from OU. Murdoch realizes the only way he's going to beat a man as young and as strong with the wrestling ability of Steve Dr. Death Williams is to take that wind away, to punish him in ways that he wouldn't normally be punished, like a right to the jaw. Steve Dr. Death Williams, I think Murdoch's missing the boat right now. I think he should be going down for the pin. No, wait a minute. He's going into his trunks. He's down into his trunks for something. He's reached down deep into it. He's got something in his fist. I don't think referee Carl Cox is aware of it, but it looks to me like Murdoch has something in his fist. He reached into his tights, and it wasn't to adjust his tights, ladies and gentlemen. He reached for something. Whoa, Carl Cox, he saw it. The old veteran's got eyes in the back of his head. I said he didn't see it, but he did. You can't fool an old dog, let me tell you. There it is. He's got him up. The Stampede, the Oklahoma Stampede. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Cox calls it. Let's go back to Jim Ross.
Well, that was really the battle of the Red River. Steve Dr. Death Williams, a four-time All-American from the University of Oklahoma, going against Waxahachie, Texas, Dick Murdoch inside a steel cage. That match coming to us from the Myriad Center. The special referee, the legendary killer Carl Cox, and Dr. Death showing that he is double tough, defeating Dick Murdoch in a very tough battle. I know one thing, that it doesn't really make any difference who it is, if it's Michael Hayes or Terry Gordy or Buddy Roberts. Dr. Death Steve Williams has a big score to settle with the Freebirds, and I just can't wait to see that big man back in action, and specifically back against the Freebirds in any combination. And another man that has a big score to settle with the Freebirds is Ted DiBiase. And we'll see Ted DiBiase take on Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer when we return from this timeout.
58 pounds, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer! His opponent from Omaha, Nebraska, at 260 pounds, Ted DiBiase! This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
Michael Hayes. You're always running your mouth, and you've always got something to say. Well, I've got something to say, and I think all the people here will agree with me. I think the PS stands for Prissy Sissy.
Hey, Michael, get back here. Michael, well, Buzz Sawyer is taking over on Ted DiBiase, ladies and gentlemen. Ted DiBiase has made a statement, but he is receiving some punishment. Sawyer goes all the way to the pole.
He's just mad because Bam Bam's the champion. Bam Bam got the 100 grand, and he didn't. That's what his problem is. He's a sore loser.
Well, Sawyer took over, but DiBiase's back on fire with the arm drag and the arm bar.
It won't last for long with Buzz Sawyer.
You're seeing two world-class individuals, ladies and gentlemen. Ted DiBiase against Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. And you're going to see action like this in Little Rock, Arkansas on June the 20th.
And you're going to see it there in the Big D Dallas and Reunion Arena, July 27th. And you know the Birds will be back in town to rock and roll Dallas like they have. But DiBiase ain't got no right saying that. I hope Sawyer takes it to him like he knows how to do.
Well, PS could stand for a lot of things.
Yeah, it stands for purely sexy, and every woman out there knows it. He's just jealous of me. That's what it is, and he's jealous of Terry winning that 100 grand. Good backbreaker, but he held on to the arm. I got to give it to him. The guy knows how to wrestle. He's coming into his own, but he's not a free bird. And if you're not a free bird, that means you're not on top of the mountain. That means you're looking up, and we're looking down at you. And DiBiase, you come trying to embarrass me on TV, boy, that's going to cost you in the long run. You can bet on that.
Interesting statements we heard from Tommy Gilbert just a few moments ago that he reported with the camera to the dressing room. I'll tell you.
He's got to have mixed emotions. Good leapfrog by Sawyer. DiBiase's right there at the arm drag. Smart wrestling on both parts. But back to Tommy Gilbert. His emotions have got to be torn apart. Raised his son all your life. Hope to raise your kids right. Then he goes array, goes communist with Russians. You know, I don't care for Russians. I don't care for Watts. I just hope all six of them get rid of each other.
We'll also be in Harlingen, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, on June the 28th, at Giant Field there, and at Moody Civic Center in Galveston on the 28th of June as well.
Oh, can you imagine PS on the beach with all those ladies? All right, Sawyer's biting him. That's why they call him the Mad Dog, right across the eyes. He's got DiBiase going now, hooks him for a suplex. Beautiful vertical suplex. Now he's got the wind knocked out of him. Sawyer going off the ropes for an elbow move. DiBiase moves right back to the arm.
DiBiase and Sawyer both as technically sound as you will find in the sport of professional wrestling. And they're matched nose to nose here in the Universal Wrestling Federation. Don't forget now, we'll have a look at the winner of the trivia contest later in the hour. We'll also have the UWF tag team titles, the Fantastics versus the Sheepherders.
I could not believe that match is going to be on TV. I want to see that. I know my brothers want to see that because we want to scout the champions because it's just a matter of time before we get it.
You got the best seat in the house, ladies and gentlemen, right here as far as we're concerned. The only better seat is right at ringside, and we hope that you will join us.
Nothing like seeing it live, even though it's great on TV. Good forearm. Now he went back to the biting. There's a...
Sawyer, those clubbing forearms. He is as sadistic as anyone I've seen in the squared circle in quite some time, but DiBiase reversing it once again, working on that arm, and Sawyer kicks away.
DiBiase staying with the arm. That shows a smart wrestler. Stay with one hold. Concentrate on a power slam.
That's Sawyer's.
Probably it.
That's it.
1, 2. I don't believe he gets out. Gilbert was slow. Gilbert is repenting because of his son's actions. DiBiase was beat right then and there. Look at him. He's out on the floor. Why ain't he counting him? Come on, Gilbert.
He is counting. What's this? Ladies and gentlemen, that was a legitimate 2 count. Now Sawyer going outside. DiBiase.
Now we'll see who's a man. Plunges back right in that rail. After that power slam, I bet that's a count out. I bet Jimmy the Greek will put good odds on that.
You don't think DiBiase's going to get back in the ring, huh?
Well, hey, DiBiase's a great scientific wrestler, but when it comes to sheer down meanness, there's only a few of them got it. Buzz Sawyer's got it. Of course, not like the Birds. Good backbreaker, see?
This should be it.
1, 2, he's still power
count. DiBiase in great condition, kicks out, and Sawyer now going to the
lower vertebrae. He's going to work that
on the lower vertebrae. I'll get it right.
Yeah, you've been talking a long time. Can you walk and chew bubble gum? He's working on that because that's a sound wrestler. Just like DiBiase stayed with the arm. Once you've got a part of the body hurt, you stick with it, and he's got DiBiase hurt now.
The latest rankings I saw, DiBiase right up there as one of the leading contenders for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. I understand.
Yeah, but who is the champion?
A match has been signed with Bam Bam Gordy and Ted DiBiase. I want to be there for that one.
Yeah, well, I want to be there, too, to watch Bam Bam do his thing. I'm so proud of him. I am so proud of him. He's done so well, and he was so nice to spend $100 grand on me and Buddy.
$100,000. Did you give any of that money to General Akbar? Looked like the one-man gang to me had a big part.
Hey, he didn't have nothing to do with it. Bam Bam went all through everybody he had to by himself. What a slap to the head. That'll ring your ears and put you 7 days past Sunday, baby. But Sawyer's hanging with it. There's a right. Didn't have quite enough effect because he's still here. There's a small package. 1, 2. Good power out by Sawyer. See, DiBiase's still hurt. Good legal kick to the gut. Uh-oh. Reverse. 1, 2.
Near fall, almost. No, I mean, that was close.
What a match. Back to the bear hug. Standing bear hug. He could take his shoulder. There you go. Drive him down to the mat. That's where you want him. 2. DiBiase's either going to have to bridge or keep his shoulders off the mat, or better yet, stay home.
Well, the power slam was one thing, and when he ran him into that rail, I think that really was the coup de grace as far as DiBiase's lower back was concerned.
What a match here, only in the UWF.
Another tremendous crowd here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Tulsa Convention Center. We hope that you will be with us on our next taping on Sunday, June the 22nd. 7:30 in the convention center, but don't wait until then to see the action. Be at your local arena. That's exactly right.
Live, and there's never a bad seat in the house, especially if you just get a chance to look at me or one of my brothers. Now, DiBiase's up to his feet. That could be a mistake for Sawyer. He had him on the mat, and that's where you want your guy, because that's where the match ends. Picked him up, belly to belly. Beautiful move. 1, 2. He should have hooked the leg. Buzz knows better than that. If he'd have hooked the leg, he'd have had him. Both men are fatigued right now, Jim Ross. Nobody knows like me or another wrestler. Whoa, went for the headbutt. DiBiase rolled out. Nobody knows what it's like to be in there, breathing, sweating, going for it. You can watch it, but you don't know what it's like till you feel it. Left jab, all illegal. See, here we go, all illegal. Tommy Gilbert doing nothing about it. There's the right, he knocked him down. All illegal. DiBiase looks like he's going to whip him in the ropes. Elbow right into the throat. See that? Illegal. Illegal.
Looked like it was in the chest to me. DiBiase and Sawyer.
Oh!
DiBiase with his whole power slam.
Can't believe it. 2, 3.
DiBiase's power slam was the coup de grace.
I cannot believe it. Sawyer went for a leap down. DiBiase turned it into a power slam.
Ted DiBiase with that hard-fought victory over Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer here on Power Pro Wrestling. I think it's interesting that Sawyer has put away a lot of athletes, and he's a great athlete, no doubt about that, with his power slam. But it didn't put Ted DiBiase down, and conversely, Ted DiBiase used his power slam for the 1, 2, 3 right in the center of the ring against Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. DiBiase and Dr. Death reforming that tag team. Doc's back out of the hospital. They will be on a vendetta against the fabulous Freebirds. Super action all through the Universal Wrestling Federation area. And we're going to see one of Joe Watt's great videos right after this UWF timeout.
Coming to the L.W. Higgins High School in Marrero on Saturday night, September the 6th at 8 o'clock. This benefit is sponsored by the Athletic Booster Club, headlined by Hacksaw Duggan and the One-Man Gang, Dr. Death, the Freebird, Buddy Roberts, Terry Taylor defend the TV title against Jack Victory, and many more top stars. And we'll have ticket information for you on the L.W. Higgins High School event next Sunday morning right here on Power Pro Wrestling.
Thanks very much for staying with us, everybody. I want to say that we really appreciate all the mail that we've been receiving here on Power Pro Wrestling. Our world tour is in the organizational stage. We'll be in Chicago, Illinois in October. We're going to be in a lot of places, ladies and gentlemen, that UWF has not traveled to in the past. World Tour 86 on the drawing board. We'll keep you updated on that situation. Also, I want to say hello to all the great fans that I met in Houston, Texas recently at the WFIA Wrestling Fans Convention. Fans from Japan, Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Albany, New York, all through our great land attended that event, and we do appreciate you being with us and all your kind remarks about Universal Wrestling Federation and Power Pro Wrestling. We're going to close the program here today with a premiere video for Power Pro Wrestling. Living in America, James Brown provides the music. Steve Dr. Death Williams and Ted DiBiase, the subject matter. They're awesome athletes. We'll close the program with that. We have an outstanding program for you next week here on Power Pro Wrestling. Please join us again next week for our whole crew. I'm Jim Ross. We'll see you next week, everybody, on Power Pro Wrestling.
Today at 2, George Papard and Alan Ladd star in The Carpetbaggers. Now, Lily Tomlin stars in Nashville. Next on WGNO 26. Television, New Orleans style.